In 1966, witnesses saw a winged creature with glowing red eyes, weeks before a deadly disaster. On November 15th, 1966, two young couples were driving along a quiet road near an abandoned TNT factory in the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, when something impossible appeared before them. Near the ruins of the old explosives plant, a winged figure emerged from the darkness. It wasn't a bird. It wasn't a man. It was something none of them would ever forget. The creature had a humanoid shape, covered in a dark coloration, standing between 6 and 7 feet tall. Its glowing red eyes were intense, hypnotic, and deeply unsettling. The body appeared athletic, covered in shadowy hair, while long hands ended in sharp claws. From its back spread enormous wings, making it look like an unnatural fusion of a man, a bat, and a moth. Moments later, as the group continued down the road, they saw the creature again, this time perched on the side of a nearby hill, silently watching them. Panic set in. Some compared its silhouette to the vampires seen in horror films of the era. Without warning, the creature spread its massive wings and took flight, chasing the car as it sped away. One of the passengers, later interviewed by investigator John Akeel, described something even more disturbing. At one point, the creature wasn't flapping its wings at all. It was simply floating above the vehicle, gliding effortlessly through the air, carried by the wind. According to the witnesses, the entity followed them along Route 62 until the edge of Point Pleasant, where it finally vanished into the night. Not long after, a name began circulating among locals and authorities alike: the Mothman. Just days later, on November 21st, 1966, a terrified resident of nearby Charleston called police at 10:15 p.m. He claimed a winged figure was sitting on the roof of his house. He described glowing red eyes and a height comparable to that of an adult man. The fear was so overwhelming that he could barely bring himself to look at it. As reports multiplied, local researchers noticed an unsettling pattern. Many sightings coincided with recent reports of unidentified flying objects in the region. These were not isolated incidents. Between 1966 and 1967, more than 100 similar sightings were reported across West Virginia and Ohio. Police officers noted that the witnesses were ordinary, people described as honest, religious, and with no apparent reason to fabricate such stories. Over time, a darker theory began to take shape, according to legends that emerged after the first sightings. The appearance of the Mothman was believed to be connected to impending disasters. That belief intensified in December 1967, when the Silver Bridge in Point Pleasant suddenly collapsed during rush hour. 46 people lost their lives. Because numerous sightings had occurred in the months leading up to the tragedy, many came to see the creature as a harbinger of catastrophe. Since then, millions of Americans have linked the Mothman to major disasters. To this day, there is no consensus on what the entity truly was. Some believe it was a demonic being. Others claim it was an extraterrestrial visitor. Many argue it was nothing more than mass hysteria, fueled by fear and imagination. There is also the theory that it was an unknown species, not yet recognized by science. What remains undeniable is that, decades later, the Mothman continues to be studied by cryptozoologist researchers who investigate creatures whose existence remains uncertain, based on folklore, eyewitness accounts, and unexplained phenomena. At the time, newspapers across the country covered the sightings extensively, cementing the Mothman as one of the most infamous and chilling urban legends in American history. And even now, one question remains unanswered: what truly flew over Point Pleasant that night?